Hi, thank you so much everyone for tuning in. My name is Josh and I am the proud owner of a 79 Corvette. And today I just want to do a quick video. This is mostly a DIY repair that I have encountered thanks to someone pointed it out on one of my previous videos. So to begin this video, I wanted to point out the problem that my friend pointed out with my car earlier this week. And this is the gap that this car has. I don't know if you guys can see it over here. As you guys can tell, there's a massive gap in the door. And this could also just be a misalignment between the panels for over the years used on the car. These Corvettes do suffer from panel misalignments, and this being one of them. So as you guys can tell, I mean, that's a huge misalignment there. What you need to do is open the door and you are going to start messing with this bolt over here. The reason for that is because you cannot align this one over here as it is fully screwed in. So what we're going to try to do is gently unscrew this one, and we're going to try to hammer it just a tiny bit to the right to see if the door will close a little bit better and stay flush with the rest of the panel. And as you guys can tell, the door on the passenger side has a pretty much perfect flushed alignment, and that's essentially what I want to do with the driver's door. So we're gonna go ahead and test it out and see if it works. And for those who have been following my channel since the early days, you guys know that I don't know the name of tools. So I'm gonna be using this tool, and this is a GR-VT47. I don't know what this is called in English, so if you guys know the name of it, please help me. But essentially what we're going to do is we're going to unbolt this gently. Okay, let's give it a try with the hammer. Oh, there you go. All right. And it's gotta be gently, because if you're using a drill, then this thing might just move everywhere. And then once you try to screw it back in, the pressure will push the bolt in different places where you don't want to push it. So we just gotta be very gentle, and also you don't want to strip this down. I have it a little bit loose. Let's start hammering gently. All right. As you guys are able to tell, I pushed it just a tiny bit. Let's go ahead and start testing out to see if the door closes properly. And also, oh shit. So this is what I was afraid of. This thing is starting to move. So let's tighten it just a little bit. And let's. It would be a good idea to just kind of prep this before you hammer. This is a 40-year-old car that I pride myself on taking care of a lot, and I just like completely destroyed it. So I would definitely prep that area before hammering. And I think I went a little bit way too far and down, so I don't know that the door might close properly, but let's test it out. Well, I do see the door not closing properly. Huh. Not too bad, actually. So it still has a bit of a gap, but actually it's starting to feel pretty flush. And I don't see the window having any issues closing. I want to be able to make sure that the window doesn't have a lot of pressure here, but enough to where it doesn't let the rain fall on my shoulder. I do see the window not having too much pressure. So let's give it a little bit of a try again to see if we can get it a little bit flusher to the panel. It's definitely flush with the car now. I think it's even, wow, it looks way different. What an amazing thing. I think I'm going to try to push it down just a tiny bit, down just a little bit, and push it more this way, so more that way, because it is flush now, but now the door has a bit of an issue closing. You have to really slam the door to close it, and I don't like that. As I mentioned before, I'm going to try to lower this just a tiny bit and just come out just a tiny bit to make sure the door doesn't have a lot of effort in closing properly. All right, let's give it a try that way. I think it's pretty flush now. It's just there's a gap. It's definitely a lot better. Let's test out how it closes. See if it closes good or not. So two things. One, there is a bit more resistance when opening the door. So there's almost like a spring. That means that there is a little bit more pressure. And two, it does take more of an effort to close it, but it's definitely flush, which I'm really happy about. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to lower it just a tiny bit more to see if this upper part will go flush as well. And I think this part it's going to stay as it is. I think it looks good the way it is. But I'm going to try to lower it just a tiny bit to see if we can get that door to close just a little bit better. After multiple attempts, I actually came to the closest flush door that I could get. So huge difference in the panel. There is still a little bit of work here, but overall I think it's flush now, which I was very happy about. And the fact that I didn't notice that until someone pointed it out is a huge thing. Like I said, there's still a gap in between. So I may have to look at that in the future, but it's not something I'm too worried about. I'm just happy at the fact that the body looks flush now. I want to give a huge thanks to 76's Vet YouTube channel because it was the YouTube that I looked at to do this DIY project. He does amazing videos, very thorough and very in-depth videos about the Corvette. His car is a 76 Corvette, so there's a few cosmetic changes, but other than that, the mechanics and the car itself are pretty much the same as this one. So with that being said, thank you so much guys for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. Ciao.